The way in which this question will be put in a few minutes' time will be a question as to whether or not the House accepts, votes for or against the nomination of Deputy Seamus Kirk to be Ceann Comhairle of the Dáil. The Labour Party is not making any alternative proposal to the nomination of Deputy Seamus Kirk. One of my colleagues, Deputy Brendan Howlin, holds the office of Last Ceann Comhairle, and it would be entirely inappropriate for a party which holds one of these two offices to nominate somebody from our own party for the other. The Labour Party will accept the nomination of Deputy Seamus Kirk to be Ceann Comhairle of the House. He is somebody that we hold in respect, and I wish him well in that office. He's been a long-standing member of the House, and he will not be opposed in a partisan way to be Ceann Comhairle of this House. I want to take the opportunity, of acknowledging the fairness with which Deputy John O'Donoghue carried out his functions as Ceann Comhairle. It is something that I have done previously. But I also want to take the opportunity of referring to some of the things that he said in his valedictory address, lest they go unchallenged. In the course of that address, he effectively accused me of denying him fairness and of denying him a constitutional right of reply. I did neither. Firstly, since the beginning of the controversy over Deputy O'Donoghue's expenses, both in his capacity as a minister and as Ceann Comhairle, I refrained from making public comment about that issue out of respect for which I hold the office of Ceann Comhairle. I accepted the apology that he gave to this House for the expenditures that he incurred while he was a minister. When I did intervene in the controversy, which was last Sunday week, I acknowledged two things. I acknowledged, first of all, Deputy O'Donoghue's fairness in the conduct of his duties as Ceann Comhairle, and secondly, I acknowledged that there are legitimate expenditures associated with the conduct of that office and of any other office. I also sought to have the issue dealt with on an all-party basis. I did not deny him the right to address this House and to make his case to this House. What I did not agree with, and what I do not agree with, was that the appropriate forum for dealing with that was in effect an in-house committee of the House which meets in private. This is a public issue. The issue surrounding the controversy was a public matter that was being debated on the airwaves, that was being discussed in public. And when we come in here and when we talk about our constitutional roles and about constitutional fairness and about constitutional offices, we should remember one other constitutional function that we have here, which is the primary function that we all have here, which is to represent the people who sent us here and to express here in the floor of our national parliament the opinions, the sentiments, the concerns that the public who sent us here have in the first place. And we should remember this, that if the floor of this House is not to be the forum, is not to be the place where we articulate the views of the public, their concerns, their anger at times, then we will ourselves, by failing in that duty, undermine the position of this House and the role that parliamentary democracy has in our system. I regret what I had to do last Tuesday, but I believe that I had an obligation. However unpleasant it may have been, and whatever the consequences may be. I believe that I had a duty. I believed that I had a duty to do that. I carried out that duty, and I believed I did so fairly. Here, here.